And we live, baby. Thank you guys so very much for being patient with us and hanging in there with us. We thank you so very much. You guys are tuning in to another episode of About the Night, episode 43. Thank you guys for joining us, the crew. Got my boy Rob, my boy Tony, Stefan. Obviously, we in the motherfucking building. Let's not forget about our guy, War Ready. Condolences go out to him and his family. Our prayers and thoughts are definitely with you in this time. Definitely want to go on ahead and get things started about what happened this weekend. Because something always goes down every single weekend. What the fuck are you doing, man? Don't touch a man's mic in the middle of the motherfucking show. Over here bringing it in. The fuck? Ain't you watch Rush Hour?
Don't you ever touch the black man's radio, boy?
You ever watch Rush Hour? God damn it.
Right there for the middle.
All right. Fuck. God damn, all up on my shit. Where the fuck was I at, huh, Tony?
Like blaring. Okay.
God damn. Anyways, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I definitely want to go ahead and say we are getting ready to hand out some free shirts. Go ahead and drop a like. Mention your name in the chat. Say, hey, I'm here. Want my free shirt. We'll go ahead and reach out to you. We do got a few free shirts for a few people who dropped some comments in our chat here today, our live video. So stay tuned. We'll announce the winners on next week's show. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to unpack. Let's first start off with how everybody's weekend went, you know, because something always goes down every weekend. Let's start with you, Rob, man. You was out there in a bit, you know, in the streets. What happened?
Man, you know, typical shit. Guys was playing craps in the club.
Okay, that's what's up, nigga. That takes that shit to the next level. Is it an issue? It's an issue?
Nigga, you know it's an issue. If anybody's ever played, everybody's
they
been
have a-
shooting dice. You involving alcohol and women
And money.
and money.
Man.
Niggas losing money. We know dudes be getting at each other, man, when it's no alcohol involved. What you think gonna happen when
Alcohol is involved?
right? And somebody gonna lose money and somebody gonna be mad.
Hell yeah, that always
And
happens.
you know, someone, you know,
Not all the time, man. You know, I was shooting dice at the partner's house, man. With
that's
some,
at your partner's house.
but
not
man,
a,
there
not
was a
a-
lot of strangers, though. You know, I ain't know a lot of them. I knew a few of them.
But that's my point, though.
Yeah.
Like the shit goes down
And
even
we-
in a normal dice game.
Nigga, we was shooting
But
hundreds.
but in a club type setting, bro,
Hundreds.
you already know it's about to be bad.
True.
So yeah, that went down. But besides that, man,
Was it
copacetic?
Was it a bad situation, or did y'all just tell
No,
them
we
to
just
stop?
had to separate the groups, and that's about it. You know what I mean?
That's next level shit.
Hey,
Shout out to, no, I mean, it's a bad thing, but shout out to them niggas, because I know they had a blast. Niggas is shooting dice and men.
well, somebody didn't have a blast. Somebody got their money took. But
Well, I
it
mean,
is what it
still,
is.
it's just all fun in the game, though. You know, you placing side bets, man. I bet he won't. Bet he won't. You know what I mean? You know, man.
And then somebody gonna bet say, "Bet I will."
Yeah, nigga, of course. Nigga, say bet. Nigga, man, I'm telling you, man, we were shooting dice, man. First, it started off with simple 20s, and then we escalated to hundreds. And it was cool, man. We was going back and forth. Shout out my nigga Dub. It was his birthday. Nigga was crutching and shit on one leg. Fucked his knee up after suplexing somebody in Vegas. Man, this shit was wild. Anyways, but yeah, man, that sounds like some next level shit. What about you, Tony, man? What you have going on?
Well, pretty much this weekend, my mother came down. So
That's what's up. Shout out, moms. Hey, moms.
and it was awesome because I haven't seen her in about a year. So her coming down and everything just kind of felt like I got a little piece of myself back. But before I did that, though, I actually went to the Aftershock concert, which we'll probably talk about later. That was amazing. 145,000 people there throughout the 4 days that were there. So it was just crazy, man. It was. I got to see my favorite band, one of my favorite bands, Slipknot, and it was amazing. I had so much fun. But outside of that, just kind of took my mother into Sacramento. She ain't really seen it, so I told her to Old Sacramento. And Old Sacramento on Saturday nights is amazing. If you ever go on a date, you're gonna be able to. There's salsa dancing up there by the railroad stations. There's you can go to multiple bars that are there, like underground stuff like that. Like
Bumpy ass roads though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be hard for parking. Parking is terrible because
It's a culture.
Right. But it was just.
Is Old Sac all that?
I mean, if
Come on,
you're
man.
taking a date there, here and there. So a girl that's never been, like say for instance, you dating someone out of Stockton or you dating somebody out of fucking Reading, well, let's take her down there. It feels good. You know what I mean? It's like they get to see the river, the boats, take them to the Delta King, take them on a little tour. They like that. It's just something to do, something else to do. You know what I mean? So, wasn't bad.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I just been. I ain't impressed.
Right. Well, once you've been here, yeah, it's not. It's kind of just, blah to us. But
Right. Nah, man, Sacramento has been moving. It's been moving in the right direction. So, bruh, man, let's go ahead and let my brother get on real quick. I appreciate you for filling in this week. Go ahead, man, and let the people know who you are. Say your name, your alias, all that good stuff. Huh? Put the mic in your face, nigga. Huh? Nigga, put your motherfucking mouth.
I was trying to figure
God.
out this echo.
Yes. What's your name, bro? What's your name?
My name is Stefan.
Okay, that's enough of him. Get that fool off the goddamn camera. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into what the fuck happened this weekend. God damn. So, man, I seen this situation with I understand frustration. We're talking football, Devontae Adams. If you guys haven't seen the push that he did at the end of the night to an innocent cameraman who was just walking at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Let's play the video first before we get in on this.
We
need to hear it.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of seen that situation. Devontae Adams is currently a wide receiver for the Raiders. I almost wanted to say Oakland, but I had to stop and say Las Vegas Raiders.
Let's see what's going on.
Hit play. Slams his helmet. Obviously, he's with frustration.
Yeah. Get out my way.
So, look, he pushes him, and he kind of looks at him and then walks off like he didn't have any care or no remorse for just, boom, get the fuck out of my way, bitch. Where the fuck? You don't see me walking here?
mm-hmm.
He's pissed, bro. He was hot. Rob, what you got on it?
He's frustrated. He frustrated his loss. It was a tough loss for them. It was a game that the Raiders was up. I
that's
do
true.
look at it though, man. Dude looked like he was in his pathway.
Oh, he was
like
definitely, yeah.
Because what the players are supposed to do is when the game's over, they're supposed to exit the field. That's what they're supposed to do. Now, the part that bothers me most about this is just the fact that dude that got pushed. It's wrong. You shouldn't have got pushed. Period.
Okay.
I think we all understand that. Even Devontae Adams even apologized, bro. But you filed charges.
Yeah, okay.
He filed
He
charges.
filed charges, yeah.
You see, he
For
should've
what?
just apologized.
Nigga, he trying to get his check. Nigga, that was his first
But that's my point though.
Your
Like
first day, nigga. I'm
like-
trying to
Away
come
game,
up.
too.
no, but you're not filing charges again if it's your coworker that pushed you because you was in the way. It's because it's Devontae Adams.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and I look at it as it's two sides of this. The way I look at it, one, I look at him. I'm like, okay, man, I don't respect it. It's not a respectable lawsuit on your part. It's some weak shit. Like it's a straight up, it's a money snatch. That's what you're trying to do.
Okay.
On Devontae's side, it's like you got to be aware of this, like a boxer. Like boxers get challenged all the time, and you got to learn to have restraint. Even in a frustration situation like that, he can't react like that.
Did he fuck up, Devontae Adams? Did he fuck
He made
up?
a
Yes or no?
Yeah, he made a mistake.
So why is it mad? What happened? Why couldn't the cameraman be like, "Hey, bro,
He ain't hurt.
We
That's
ain't-
why
we ain't gotta press
He not hurt.
charges."
Bro, look at it. Look at how he got put. Did
play
you see
again.
him injured?
He got up. He got up. Obviously.
Then he not hurt.
But later he was like, my neck and
I
my
know.
back.
No, like nah, bro. Like you got straight up. Ain't nothing wrong with you.
He
There's
gets
nothing
up.
where you need to charges need to get filed. Like you got pushed down.
Public
Okay.
humiliation.
I got a question.
You know how many times like a cameraman gets hit when a receiver's catching the ball?
Ooh.
Nothing happens. Like this is just unfortunate because he was angry and he didn't apologize.
Well, that's-
if he
and-
would
and-
just address the situation, I bet nothing would have happened.
That is true.
But it was at the end of the game. He's not even from that city.
That's a good point. When
He
they
was
catch the
just
ball, they
being
get hit.
rude,
Yeah.
like-
But that's in the context of the game, and so
you
that's
just been like,
that's
"Yo,
ex-
nigga, my
that's
bad, I'm
that's
mad,
that's
we lost."
expected though. That's expected. But that is expected. If
But
it's a
those hits
situation
are
like
way
that.
harder than the push that he got.
Agree, but that's a part of the job,
And they
right?
sign up for that.
But
So what happens
this-
to those guys?
But this situation, well, they're covered under certain circumstances if they got hurt and stuff like that. But a situation like this, obviously, it's Devontae's fault in the sense that he put his hands on him. But my issue is that I don't respect it because you filing charges for what? Like, you weren't hurt. This wasn't a situation where you tore something, like, or you were seriously injured. So that's how I look at it. It's a weak move on his part too, and he's kind of in his pathway when he's supposed to exit.
Right.
The part there where where Devontae's wrong is just putting his hands on him. Period. That shouldn't have been your reaction. You know what I mean? So I think this is lapse in judgment. You know, this is not Devontae ain't got no history of this type of thing. So I think this is gonna blow over. Whether the NFL suspends him or not, we'll see.
I see
the videos say a million words.
Yeah.
And anytime the videos put out, that's gonna amplify it. That's gonna cause people to have an outrage and expect something to be done. You know, that's just the way it is.
I think there's a certain etiquette though. Like I think it would have all been good if he just went like that and pushed him faster out of the
Same
way.
thing.
Cause and same thing. But here's my thing. I'm sorry, man. Like I get annoyed when I go to the grocery store or if I'm anywhere and I'm trying to walk, and the next thing you know is as I'm walking and somebody's walking down the same aisle, they go off to the fucking. I like to go to the right, but then if they go to their left, I'm like, nigga, is that how you drive? Like, do you drive like that? We drive on the right side, so move off to the right side. You know what I mean? I'm like, use your peripherals. When you see somebody, what are you doing? It's the end of the game. You know players go through there. Why are you in that way in the first place? You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, man. You triggered me on that one. I ain't gonna lie. I agree. To me, I don't care what side you're on. You could be on the left side of the aisle or the right side of the aisle. I know we getting off topic, but that shit fucks me up when you be in the middle of the aisle. Nigga, move.
Right. Move somewhere.
feel you.
Like, why is you in the middle of the fucking... Never mind. But, yeah, bro, don't trigger me with that shit. I hate that shit.
He obviously. Go ahead.
Devontae's first season in Oakland. That's that Oakland energy.
He ain't in Oakland no more.
Man, my man, he a Raider. You know what I mean?
He's in Vegas.
It's a Raider.
What?
You know,
So they all some thugs.
My thing is who's his frustration for though? That should be the main question because he went out.
The frustration is the loss.
No, the frustration is he went out there and said that, Derek Carr is, it's like switching from one Hall of Famer to the next Hall of Famer, and he's out there on the sideline showing frustration. Why are you showing frustration on offense? Because you were scoring,
But
right?
the thing about it is, though, he's not having a down year.
Was he?
He's playing well.
He's playing
the season.
good.
The season
He's still-
is going well.
He's still been frustrated.
I think he's frustrated on two fronts. One, that they lost the game. The other, that fourth down, him and Renfro run into each other. Like, he might be just frustrated also with himself.
Okay.
So
okay.
this is a combination of it. I don't think it really needs too much, diving in on that. It is what it is. I think we'll blow past it.
That push was meant for somebody,
like I said,
though.
I'll leave it,
It
like
was meant
this.
for somebody.
I think the cameraman is on some sucker shit for filing the charges.
Oh, he's there for
And
sure.
I feel like Devontae, like, lapse in judgment next time. You got to watch what you're doing because you know people going to be challenging you when you got the money. You got the bag, people going to come after it.
That's facts.
Period.
Yeah, that is facts.
Speaking of sports, let's
Right.
just get to the next thing. And then I don't want to be too long-winded with this situation that's going on.
Go back.
This is involving, this is kind of an old situation, but some new information has kind of come up with Ime Udoka, head coach of the Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this: if anyone knows about the situation, he's basically had consensual affair with members of Boston.
Consensual.
It's consensual, but with Boston Celtics staff, that's against their policy.
Okay, I remember the staff.
So it's against
Okay.
their policy. So that's something that's been known, but it's been coming out, man. Who's the mistress? Who's the one he been sleeping with?
Oh, so they just said staff, and we just had
we
to
just
assume
assumed that it was
who.
staff. What's come out is that it is the minority owner's wife.
And she a part of the staff?
What? Yeah.
Damn.
But that's the thing, though. So you got to. It's not the major owner; it's the minority owner. But still, that makes it a little bit. Now it kind of, it's a little bit more understood why the Celtics reacted the way they reacted and why this went down. Because think about it.
Oh, so
one of the guys that has a minority stake in this team,
Right.
is responsible for cutting the check, and then he cutting your chick.
He
Like-
gone.
Like you think about it from
It ain't
that
just
front.
a suspension.
So,
he gone.
I just want to pose, that question.
Yeah,
Is a suspension enough punishment?
That's what I'm saying. He gone, bro.
Is it enough?
No, that's
If you
nah.
you put yourself in his shoes, in the minority owner's shoes, is that enough punishment?
Nah, nigga, he trying to get him fired right now. You know it as much as anybody. When they send your ass on a week suspension, no pay, nigga, you know you finna come back to that job with it was nice working with your buddy. Here goes your last check.
But but you the minority owner?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The majority owner, like, nah, he's still the head coach.
Nah, bro.
What you?
If the head coach went through that much of work to put him on suspension for a year, put it out there publicly, not only just the coach himself, but they are working towards pushing him out, and he is, for me personally, just an innocent standard. Like you said before, we just four brothers talking. I feel like they're getting ready to fire him. And in one way or another, move on from, let go, cut after suspension.
Well, firing him, that all depends on how well the Celtics play this year.
And that's what I'm saying. If they play good, we can do without you.
Right.
The question is, are the Celtics going to rally behind this situation with this new coach and be like, yeah, hoorah, we got you, coach, new coach?
Nia Long, I don't know. Is she staying with him?
Obviously I can't speak on that because I've been wrong in the past with celebrity relationships, as we spoke on earlier.
Quick answer. She staying or no?
The only reason why she would stay is because there's not a lot of decent black men who want to, engage with black women culturally with the money backing behind it and have that same share for ambitions and goals. You know what I mean? So I would say it'll look bad, but I feel like it'd be better for her to stay. And damn, that's almost goddamn near sexist, saying she can't do better without him, huh? I'm sorry, ladies.
I think it's very simple. It's a situation, man, is in a place men fuck in their proximity. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
But can she live with that, knowing that every time
he dipped in the cookie jar? That was the house cookie jar.
Okay,
and that's not the one you should have been in.
So you think is she staying or no? Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
huh? Yeah. Damn. Well, I guess we'll find out here.
We're gonna find out.
Well, speaking about this situation, man, I mean, obviously this shit's going around. Like, this dude obviously cheated and is publicly known for a situation, and we're questioning if they're going to divorce or not. Matter of fact, before I switch to Tom Brady in that divorce situation, what do you have on it?
Nothing.
You don't know the Celtics? Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was like, man, I don't know who the fuck you guys are talking about. Who fucked who's
He
wife.
said, Ime Udoka. Who's that?
Boston Celtics head coach, by the way, just in case you're feeling just like this young gentleman right over here. He's somewhat important, getting paid millions of dollars just to tell other people what to do.
Well, no, he's not.
Yeah, with that year suspension, he's going to take that cut. Real quickly, I know we're diving into a lot of things right now. There's a lot of stuff still with the NBA, which we'll come back to. Tom Brady divorce.
Yeah.
Why? And who do you think is in the right and wrong? Let's go there. Who's in the right and wrong?
Well, I know in both those situations, I don't think either of them is wrong.
Either of them is wrong.
I think they both right. You got to take in consideration this is this man's passion, and if you're great at something, you have an obsession. And he's got an obsession to playing quarterback. Can you fault the man for following his obsession, his passion that he's been doing ever since? No, but that's what he wants to do. It's regardless. That's who he is. So he's not wrong for that.
Was that why they're divorcing?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going on in their household, but we only can speculate.
Right.
Antonio Brown gave her the dick.
We some speculating ass niggas. So,
Damn.
in regards to her, I think she's right too. She's like, no, I've sacrificed the majority of my life while you went and played football and gave up all these off seasons where you was away from your family, and I sacrificed and I sat there and you're playing into your past your mid 40s. Where most quarterbacks in their career, even before they're 40 years old, it's time to come home. And she's looking at it from a perspective of like, no, like I thought this was it. And maybe and we, like I said, we don't know what the conversations they've had in their household. It could have been a conversation that they had, like he may have told her, hey, this was gonna be my last year. Or
he did retire.
Or maybe when he won the Super Bowl, like that was it. And then he decided to go back, and maybe that was something where she wasn't happy about. So we don't know that, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think either of them is wrong because he's pursuing his passion on that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if she wants him to be home with the kids and stuff like that with the family, then that's his decision.
Nigga, put your fucking hand down, bro. What the fuck you got your hand up for, man? We on fucking live. We ain't in a fucking classroom.
He won that
God
Super Bowl,
damn it.
he went on live and told the whole public, "Yo, I want to retire and spend some more time with my family."
Mm-hmm.
And then that motherfucker went to Tampa Bay, was hanging out with Kodak Black, and he was like, "You know, I'm gonna do another season, hang out with my niggas out here."
This nigga right here. Get the fucking camera off of that guy over there in the fucking corner. What the fuck?
Yo, he was wilding for that. I understand why she left though. Like,
Well, it's not saying that she's left. It's just conversations right now.
There's been seasons of questions like, "Well, when are you going to end it? When are you going to end it? You won 5, oh, you won 6. It doesn't matter. You keep going. Oh, you changed teams now. Okay, this is your last time. Okay, you hang out with the family. You got 2 sons right here that want to hang out with their dad." And he's like,
But I mean, why is she gonna get with another? Like, I just don't
Miami,
get it. I just don't.
Florida. You just get
Tampa
I'm
Bay,
gonna
Florida.
say this: the only part that I we speculating on the shit. That's all we doing right now. We don't know what conversations they had, what agreements and all that type of shit that they had prior to the season or the seasons before. The only thing I will say is that what she should understand is she should know the man that she married. And obviously, it's as great as you have in any profession. It's something that's on that type of stage, you know, that bars so much scrutiny, you know, so much, you know. We obviously know in the NFL or in any major sports, the leaders, they get all the credit and they, you know what I mean. You're supposed to get all the blame, you know. So these type of situations, I don't think that it's such a surprise, and it shouldn't be a surprise for her because she know who she got with. This is the best quarterback to ever play in the NFL, and an obsession comes with that, and I think she should respect that. But if there was already a conversation about this, and she's been there from
There was.
like, hey, you supposed to end this, like this is not the normal situation. Most quarterbacks retire around like 37, 38. Like, this dude is what? How old is Tom Brady?
About to be 42, I think, if he finished this year.
But 40, like you playing about, you know, 2 or 3 years past the time that you were supposed to, or more, or that average quarterbacks do.
I will say this: the conversation was before the end of last season, before he made the Super Bowl, and the negotiation was me understanding the husband-wife situation. If you win the Super Bowl, you have to retire and spend that with. You have to go out on the high. That's a conversation coming from her to him. And, you know, he probably did something during the season where it warranted, you know, her asking him to retire. And so, you know, this is the big deal, you know what I mean? You know, I'm retiring. He retired because of her. And that happened beforehand.
I'm gonna say, and this is my thing, and this is the reason why I say neither of them are wrong.
Okay.
Because
And you gotta
she
pick a
gonna
side,
say
though.
no, because I'm gonna put
Somebody's
myself
in the
in Tom
wrong.
Brady's position.
Someone's in the wrong. Who's in the wrong?
I'm gonna take myself
Hold on,
and put it in Tom Brady's body.
Can
Let
you
him
please
chime
put
in.
it to you though? Can we say like you're CWA? You're always on the road. Blah blah blah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would look, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and that's why I wanted exactly what I was gonna do, but I was gonna put myself in Tom Brady. But let's just keep it this way.
Lawyer
I
this
changed
shit
my
up.
mind.
Okay, lawyer this shit up. Let's hear it.
No, I changed my mind. I want to keep going.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm not fucking leaving. Just like fucking Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving. And that's his decision that he want to do. Now, he got to live with the consequences if she decides to leave. That's on. Y'all go your own ways. Y'all both are not wrong. Both are not wrong.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
And I agree with you there, and I hate to say it, I've really been trying to play that devil's advocate, like somebody has to be wrong. And
They don't have to be. Not in this situation.
And in this situation, this is what I look at it like. Man, shit, I've been. Oh damn, I've been married.
Don't
for a
hurt
long
yourself
time.
when you try to think
But
too hard.
No,
when
I'm just saying, you know,
I
when,
know-
you,
I
when
know
you've
you be
been in
getting-
it for so long.
Like, what if Tom Brady like Bart Simpson did or something?
we got enough players doing shit
Nobody
like that.
knows that. Nobody
We got
needs
enough.
to know
We got
that.
enough players doing shit like that. Let's get on to the next time.
Hold
Talking
on, hold on.
No,
I
no,
want to
no.
get my side out, though. I want to say.
No,
what I
your
gotta
side
say
is
about it.
done.
I didn't say my side.
You did.
I let you say the whole shit for the whole fucking 30 minutes.
You didn't say nothing.
Exactly, because I waited till right now.
You're
Nigga,
not
let me
speaking
get my
nothing.
piece, bitch. Goddamn. My bad. Bitch is a bad word. I apologize. But in general, my side of this is, okay.
Getting too loose with that.
I know,
B-word.
I am.
Too loose.
My side of it is
Loose lips sink ships.
I feel like it's his fault. In most situations, like there's always a "I told you so" moment coming from the wife to the male. You know what I mean? And in this situation, Giselle's looking at his health. He's 40 years old. Why not leave on a high note, or 40 plus, whatever it is? Why not leave on a high note opposed to going and risking your health of your body? Concussions are starting to happen
Because
and a lot
he wants
more
to do
frequent
what
than
the fuck
most.
he want to do.
And I get that. And in my eyes, he's saying I still got more. I don't want to be one of these people who still can do it.
He's still
and retire.
balling.
He's still balling. I give him that. But there's a balance of like, bro, are you willing to risk your life, dog?
He is.
You've won how many? 6?
He is.
He's got 6 or 7 championships.
He's willing to risk it.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go ahead, man. Shit, I'm just saying, man. It's about health. You don't want to get hit in the head and have a CTI like my boy Jordan Poole.
Bro,
all
did you
right?
see how they just protected him the other day?
They
How he got
protected the hell
slammed
out of
down
him.
and they called the penalty on him?
Yeah,
because
but
he
you-
wanted them to throw the flag, bro. They ain't nobody
But
hurting
he
Tom
can
Brady.
still get hit, bro, and
Let's
have
get-
a CTI
all right,
like
so-
my guy Jordan Poole.
We done hearing you.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's go on.
You can go ahead.
Speak
about
speaking
Jordan
of,
Poole.
Yeah, speaking of getting hit, we got
A video showing Draymond Green as he's walking onto the court like he's getting ready to play practice. Jordan Poole on the sideline, grabbing at his belt line, hanging. I'm not sure if he's talking, but there's obviously some type of chatter going on. And Draymond Green, y'all know his MO. He don't play. He walks over to Poole and
when do we need a play-by-play from you?
nigga, they don't see what's going on. So
They
yes, they
seen
need
the
a play-by-play. You can't assume everybody's seen a video.
To be honest, I ain't never seen a gentler punch in my life. He punched me in the face and cradled the back of his head like, "You all right, baby? I ain't hit you like that. I ain't mean to hit you like that."
Wow. I mean, I do see the grab, but he also decks him after getting
As
pushed.
soon as he decked him, gently grabbed the back.
Yeah.
Bow.
The weight,
legs buckled, legs, he
I'm
buckled.
gonna just say this, man. He was counting sheep.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole was counting sheep. The only thing that kept him up was that wall.
Well, and the fact that
Gentle caress with the back of his head.
Yeah.
the fact that Draymond Green held him up.
He tucked him in. He tucked him in the bed. He's like, listen. He on the way down. He was like, listen, young dude, you ain't gonna talk to me like that.
Why do you think they went at it like that?
That shit. This is not nothing new. The egregious part is the person that leaked this video that we able to see right now, because it's somebody that's in house, and
I knew this was happening.
they basically went ahead and sold this off to TMZ to get a little bit of paper.
I mean, when we
But this is nothing new. This happens on basketball courts, football fields, baseball field. Dudes be fighting.
He got a
Teammates
good- he got
teammates
a
fight.
clean head off though.
Like, yeah, but this shit happens all the time. Shaq and Kobe, they've had their shit. Jordan and Steve Kerr, like that. Like, this is not a new concept, man.
God damn.
Hold on, wait. I just want to go back. Look at the coach. Look at the coach behind Draymond. He's like, Draymond, man. Draymond, chill. You missed that shot. Like, don't even worry about Jordan. Don't even worry. He's not even trying to break the shit up. He's not even trying to.
I mean, when you
What
look
is
at
that-
the
what is
video,
that
I can
all
say
about?
this. I can definitely, when you watch the video, you can definitely tell there was one person who had intention on what they was going to do and one person that had a false expectation of what was going to happen.
Right, that is true.
Jordan Poole did not think he was
didn't-
about to get swung on.
Did not
That's what
expect
he
that.
thought. And that was his mistake.
Watch that nigga show up to practice like Gilbert Arenas next week.
Put his hand on
His
hip
knees buckled looked like
you know,
Gumby.
he was sleepy night.
Yeah.
He was
Counting
sleepy
sheep, bro.
night.
Serta mattresses, all them sheep.
What you got on that,
Counting.
Tony? What you got technique wise? Break him down.
No, it was good. I like the way
This nigga's actually sounding like he's about to break down the fight. Go
No,
ahead.
when you see Draymond Green, like he put his right leg backwards, that's kind of a funny way to punch. But I mean, you're gonna lose power if anything. But.
That's a Superman punch. You know
Yeah,
how they jump
No,
in
I
the
think it
air?
was because he got
Leg
pushed.
It's like a
No,
Superman
watch
punch.
Draymond Green when his leg goes back when he punches him. It's just weird. Like that's a weird punch. But I mean,
It's an MMA Superman.
I
You know,
was
you
like-
pushing off the air and everything like the good. Let's see it.
Like-
Let's see it. Walks up to him.
And then the back leg, it was fast. You didn't
Pushes
he
him
didn't- as soon as he pushed, he
back.
didn't give him no warning. And then
Superman.
back- back
Superman
leg
that.
kick back.
Oh.
like gargle.
I mean,
Superman.
I don't know.
that.
After that,
Oh.
he's gonna have to punch him in public. He's gonna have to punch Draymond
So what?
Green back in public.
So
He gonna
let's
show up
let's-
like Gilbert Arenas with the gun in the bag, like bitch was good.
Go to the page, first page. So should Draymond be punished for this?
Obviously, they are gonna punish him. I'll put it to you this way: he shouldn't be punished. He wouldn't be punished if this video didn't leak. That's just hands down. Simple as that.
Yeah.
The video doesn't come out showing this, makes people feel a little bit awkward that they're seeing this happening, and it's almost like a bullying situation. If they don't see this, the public doesn't know about it. Nobody knows about it. It doesn't happen.
Why are we playing? Why are we playing that if game? We are seeing it. So what happens?
So yeah, absolutely. He has to be punished in some type of way.
So what type of punishment should Draymond?
He's going to get a few game suspension only because it's a in-house situation. You know what I mean? In-house, we're dealing with it internally. That's going to be the statements if they haven't already came out. I don't know, but internally we're dealing with it. We're handling it, and we're going to sentence him to some type of consequence. I don't feel like the NBA has to get involved and enforce a penalty. It should be more so of an in-house penalty, letting them know that we're handling it. Suspension with no pay. I'm probably thinking like 3 to 4 games.
So let me ask this. So let's look at it a different way. What would you say to people who say, I can't get away with hitting somebody like that at my job?
They would get fired, but at the same time, this is a completely different profession. These are technically contractors, and I can understand contractors can lose their job, but ultimately they can also get moved around. They can get put on different job sites depending on their job skills. Like, you're not just going to fire your best employee because some new guy came in and was like, you're doing your job wrong. Like, bitch, I've been in this league for many years. You can't tell me if I'm doing my job right. And then, I'm going to make sure my best employee goes away from this situation so there's no altercation. So, I mean, if you're talking about future trade opportunities or something like that, maybe it even may be the time before the punch that they try to deal Draymond Green while he's at his peak.
I heard Kevin Durant left because Draymond Green was talking hella head.
Technically, Draymond Green is the same guy who invited Kevin Durant to come through. So I mean,
Okay, Kevin Durant left the Warriors because he was not getting the credit that he thought he was going to get by winning them 2 championships. That's the reason why he left.
And he ain't done it ever since.
Exactly. During the practices, Draymond was talking shit like, oh, he just came here saying that he's good, he going to win a title. He just came here because he going to leave anyway. And after he won, he left because he was tired of Draymond's shit and was like
I don't think he left because he tired of Draymond's shit.
Maybe not. But after he left, he was like, we don't need Kevin Durant. Then they win. And then I heard Kevin Durant was talking hella trash after they won again without Kevin Durant. And like continue habitual trash, like just for no reason. Just keep talking mess.
I mean, he does talk a lot of mess in general,
I heard that's just bad for like team bonding type shit. And you see like at a practice him fading a teammate for no reason. Like that might have been something that Kevin Durant.
Well, it wasn't for no reason. These guys was talking back and forth. It's not about no reason.
Draymond Green's definitely a stepper.
You making that much money?
It's not for no reason. Let's not mistake this for a situation where this was unprovoked. Obviously, he said something.
Talked about his mama, or his mama stepped on his Jordans. Something like it doesn't matter.
But I don't know.
What do you think this does for the Warriors season?
It adds a little bit of turmoil to it. It rocks the boat. I can say this: Draymond wouldn't have done that against Steph.
Oh hell no, he wouldn't have. He'd be gone the next day.
And I think that he knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Bread and butter.
And I think that this was something that whether they was going back and forth. The word on it is that Jordan Poole was saying, giving him he said he was a single double or something like that. You know how you say a triple double?
Okay.
He was like a double single. That's what he said. He said you a double single player or something like that. And see, that's funny. That's slick. But I can see Draymond maybe taking offense to something like that. I ain't saying it's worth you getting rocked, but obviously in any other type of job setting, you'd be fired. It wouldn't be no situation where you could just come back to work or get a little bit of a suspension after you done assaulted somebody. That's something that somebody could file charges on, which I'm hearing. I think the Poole family is trying to do something like that.
I didn't hear about that just yet.
That's a little. I don't know. That's a little. That's a little different. But
internal beef, suing them, huh?
Yeah.
In that situation, I can see somebody has to go. That's how I think the season's going to end.
Or it ain't going to be Poole.
Why so? Draymond's been your rock, man. Draymond's been there.
Poole's the future. Poole's the future.
For who?
for the Warriors.
Who does he replace?
What do you mean? Who's he replaced?
Who does he come in for?
Bro, Jordan Poole has got the type of talent that
I
it
get
reminds
it. He
reminds
does.
me it reminds me similarly of what OKC had when they had KD, Russ, and James Harden coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And Poole reminds me of James Harden coming off. I'm not trying to
Sounds
compare their skill sets,
Sounds
but I'm
like
saying
trade bait to me.
I'm saying that their profession and their skills that they have, their talent, he has that type of talent.
Whose role is more important?
That's what I was going to say. But in general,
right?
whose role is important? Who is he subbing in for?
I think that Draymond has his is like intangibles. It's not something you see on the stat sheet.
He's a Dennis Rodman. He's a
Yeah,
Dennis Rodman.
yeah.
Like there's a
that's
lot
actually a
of
good
there's a
comparison.
lot of there's a
That's
lot
actually
of
a good
things that
comparison.
he does that can affect the game that I feel like the Warriors would miss if they did trade him. But
Right.
at the same time, the best time to trade a player is when their stock is still up, not when it's down.
Okay, I hear you there.
So what's going to happen
Jordan
is
Poole.
Jordan Poole is still going on the way up.
So that's a trade
Draymond
bait.
is not going up anymore.
Who wants Draymond then is the question. But here my thing
Lakers.
is here my thing. You want him.
Lakers.
My thing is this: who does Jordan Poole sub in for? What is his position? Is he a point guard? Is he a shooting guard?
Both.
Okay, so he technically could sub in for Steph Curry.
No.
So why would you really keep your bench player from your number one star? Don't get me wrong, he's up and coming. That's great. Why would you want to keep him when you got that position already
Yeah,
on
but
lock?
if he moves to the 2, Clay is at the 3.
Yeah, Clay's who I think
So he could still play. They could run all 3 of them.
Also, I don't think
And
anybody
that small
wants to
ball.
play with Draymond. If he were to go to another team, the chemistry wouldn't be right, and it wouldn't be the same as the Warriors.
No, and that's the other thing I think that a lot of people don't understand about Draymond is I don't think that his effectiveness on another team, depending on the situation, like if you put him with like the Celtics, no, he could do exactly
What
what
he's doing
the
now.
Warriors is doing. The way they
Right.
play and the way that team is built because the talent is around them.
Right.
It's true. I do think Draymond needs really, really talented players and mainly shooters on the team for him to be successful to do what he needs to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest with you, as far as offensively,
He ain't that
I
great.
think Julius Randle is more talented than he is offensively.
That's saying a lot.
Offensively, I think he has much more of a skill set, but I think Draymond's skill set defensively and his presence on the court, I think is just underappreciated. But in this situation, you can't give up Poole. Draymond is if you had to choose between these guys, I don't think he's going to get traded this year unless the Warriors is losing. If the Warriors is losing, best believe that they may be taking offers or at least open to taking offers to having Draymond leave the Warriors.
You hear
But
it.
if they're winning kills all these ills. They're not gonna do nothing.
You can hear it from me first, bro. I guarantee you by the end of the next season start, one of them two players ain't gonna be on the team.
I bet you Poole on the team.
I don't care which one. One of them's gone.
So you're saying Draymond's gone?
I mean, I feel like the Warriors have always missed or needed that rough person, especially when you
So
talk
you saying
about
they getting
banging
rid
in
of
the
Poole?
paint. Yeah, I hate to say it. They can probably get more for Poole than they could Draymond Green right now. That's exactly what everybody is saying.
But
You're
Steph
saying
Curry
who
is
wants
getting
Draymond?
but Steph Curry's getting older.
Yeah, but you gonna want no. Steph Curry's still gonna be the guy
He still
though.
made the deal with the devil, though.
He's
so
still gonna be the guy. So you're gonna
He could
get
be there
a lot
another
more
10
value
years.
with
He's
an
good.
up and coming star.
He don't age.
You're going to get more draft picks. You're going to get more opportunities for more players and role players that you can pay nothing for
Bro,
with Poole than Draymond.
You can still get some good
No.
comeback with Draymond.
No.
So how much you want to put on it?
Oh, nigga, let's put a bill. Let's put a bill on it. Let's put 100. Let's make it simple.
I want
100.
that. I got money on me.
So I got Poole staying and you got Draymond go.
Oh, hold on. You talking about nah. Draymond ain't. I don't feel like Draymond is leaving.
I got
No, I got Poole staying.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
then,
the
yeah.
deal I'm saying. I'm saying Poole is staying.
You know what? I think they'll get rid of Poole and keep Steph Curry.
No, I'm telling you right now, they're not gonna do that. This dude is a young up and coming player. Draymond is gonna get traded, and they have to make a move with him to re-sign Poole. They're not gonna let Poole walk. They're not. They'd rather see Draymond go.
That's tough to say.
'Cause
I
think
mean,
about it.
Draymond
Think
would
about
go
it.
because he did
Now
land
they
the
would
blow.
want
He
to-
landed the
but
punch.
think about it. Think about
I
it.
don't think anybody else gonna take him.
Yeah, I think there's
Nobody
plenty of other
wants him.
teams.
I don't think
There's
anybody
other
wants
teams that would take him.
I think
But
Draymond
they'd
tried.
rather. I'll tell you this. They'd rather see just Draymond walk off as a free agent than Poole.
They rather take him Draymond as a free agent rather than a trade. They're not going to give anything up for Draymond right now. They're going to
this team's just
they're going
give
to wait
up.
for you to cut him and then we'll pick him up. But damn, that's tough. I mean, you bringing. I'm saying either because I wouldn't know who.
You ain't trying to bet.
Nah, because you're right. Realistically, if Draymond throwing the punch and you get rid of Poole, that says you're back in Draymond Green's hostile environment. So yeah,
That's all I hear. I don't hear no.
all right, yeah, that
Little
is
more
tough.
grip, little less lip.
I feel you on that. No bet. Fuck that.
Scary ass nigga.
Yeah, the
Scary ass
hey,
Buffalo.
Sports guys being my favorite every now and then. Fuck all that. Well, let's go ahead and dive in real quick to a few serious matters that continue to happen and continue to shock me. Go back for me, bro. We had this recent crazy, scary video that came out of San Antonio, Texas, where a police officer basically assumed that he remembered a specific vehicle, identified, and pulled out his weapon and discharged without any current probable cause to discharge a firearm. No threat, no immediate threat, no nothing. And this shit is scary. It is scary because nowadays people are getting shot for less. Not even from the police side. You thinking anything, the police are in your side, in your favor right now, right? Right?
I like that saying you said, get shot for less. Like, that should be on the side of a police car. Get shot
shot.
for less.
Like
Play the video.
Food for less.
Get shot for
Shot for
less.
less.
Get shot for less.
Bro, he was just play the video. Dude, he walked up like he was about to go in and was like turned beeline straight for the car. He said, I got a vehicle here that fled from me the other day.
You feel some
He's
type of-
asking for backup. We said backup on the way.
Called for it too. He's walking by the car. He got called. Also, keep in mind, Dude's girlfriend's in the car too.
Oh, shit.
Why is it mute all of a sudden?
Because he's naming a license plate.
No, yeah.
Personal information.
Bro, that dude was at mid-bite.
Mid-bite, he throws it in dry or reverse, and he just starts dumping on him?
Yeah, shot
And
fired from you.
Shots fired, and he continues to dump. Bro.
You should not be an officer at all.
Bro.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
He checking the
Open,
steps right now.
for one, he opened his door. Aren't you supposed to knock on the window,
You're
have
supposed
him
to knock
roll
on
it
the window
down?
and
There
identify
was-
who you are.
Yeah, there's so many wrong things.
So
with
many
this.
wrong.
This the first thing that I
Oh,
you
I'd
know
have took off too. Who are you opening my door?
Right.
I'm
It's-
sorry. I'm
it's-
just gonna
it's-
say I like a good scare video, like those Jimmy Kimmel scare videos, and like the whole like eating a burger, like I kind of giggled. I kind of.
he was definitely in mid-bite, man. Dude was having a McChicken.
He was enjoying that
and he was like he was about to really enjoy it.
His burger.
But it got interrupted. Unfortunately, in this situation, he was hit. He is not dead. He's in critical condition at the hospital out there. So hopefully
And
he
speedy recovery. Hope-
fully recovers.
Hopefully, he gets a speed.
Yeah, this ain't nothing new. We've seen police officers, be way too aggressive in these type of situations where it leads to people's deaths. Hopefully, at this moment, he hasn't passed. So hopefully, that's not the case for this kid, this 17-year-old. But I mean, there's so many wrong things. The first thing that's wrong is you said you identified a vehicle that tried to evade you.
Right.
The vehicle can't be in trouble. It's only the driver. So who do you even know who's driving the fucking car?
Right.
So you automatically just opened up this kid's car, who you don't even know who was driving the first time, who you presumably said this car evaded you. So let's just go with that premise. You don't even know who was driving. You didn't ask him for his ID. You didn't ask him for any type of registration, nothing. You opened up the door and basically broached your firearm. And then when he looked at you, surprised and mid-bite and biting Tim's McChicken, he took
tries
off
to
on you.
evade him, but now that you mention that, I hate being devil's advocate because the dude's wrong 100%. But he mentioned that I just spotted a car that ran from me the other night, and technically, even though his procedures were 100% wrong, he opens the door, and the dude did try to run from him again, though.
Yeah, but you got to think about it too. Like you got somebody pointing a gun at you.
Oh, I know. I'm
off the rip. What is you doing?
100%. Once again, I know I'm gonna probably get
Yesterday's
ridiculed
price
for it.
is
I'm
not
just,
today's
I am just
price.
thinking literally, and I'm putting pieces together. It's still even if
matter
he
what he did
ran from it,
yesterday.
yeah, exactly. Even if he ran from him yesterday, it still does not warrant for him to be shot at. 100%.
But that's what I'm saying.
100.
He's opening up the door, and you first seeing him, and you already got your gun drawn.
Basically, he opened the door and pulled his gun at the
Right.
same time. Like it was,
And
like
it's like you can't say it was
one,
anything
two.
threatening with the kid.
nothing.
He got a McChicken. There is. I'm gonna be very clear about this, and I don't want to.
McChicken,
I don't want to
he
make
reached
fun of
for it.
this.
He reached for
I don't
it.
want to make fun of this, but this is
Right. I'm trying.
a somewhat of a humorous situation to be in, or at least a compromised situation.
Right.
It don't get no more comfortable than you sitting down in your own car eating a McChicken. The only thing more comfortable is you taking a shit at your house. That's the only time. If a cop came in while you was taking a shit,
You are so
oh,
true.
bro, that's as comfortable as it gets. As far as just you being, and then somebody coming in and
Right.
pointing a gun at you, you would be like, bro, like
You would pinch it off.
I ain't,
just like-
I ain't never seen a thug nigga that's ready to pull the trigger eating a McChicken before.
no,
this
like
nigga get caught.
you was in a relaxed position at that
Very,
moment.
very.
And I think he just thought like, whoa, this person got a gun pulled out of me. I'm about to peel up out of here. And he got up out of there, but
did.
but
He
the dude, you know, before he left
didn't
off
have
so
to
many
shoot
shots.
him,
No,
man.
absolutely not.
I
There's
know.
there's no excuse for that.
None.
And in his situation,
He's fired.
just to say this, I want to because I do got some questions. So, but I want to let y'all finish on the take. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, think about the whole PNB Rock situation. Like, I don't know if it was y'all that addressed it, but imagine someone pulling your gun on you and you immediately coming out your money and your life and your whatever, and then what will people think about you the next day? For this situation, like, oh, he opened the door and he tried to run because that was his flight or fight situation. Like, that was the first thing he thought of was running.
Because he didn't identify himself. He just opened the door.
Exactly. Like, and what would we do? Are we going to be like, nigga, who was you? I ain't
He
gonna
probably
fucking
thought he
see you.
wanted him to come off that McChicken.
Yeah,
Like, nah, I ain't
like,
giving
hey,
this
fuck
up.
your lunch. I ain't giving this up, nigga. I got a
gotta
don't
eat.
Happy Meal right now. I got a drink. I got nuggets.
Go ahead,
It
Win.
could've been happy.
No, Tony, I know you got something on this.
I
What's
mean,
it?
my only thing is like, because this comes from personal experience. I mean, he didn't identify himself. Like, I've had a cop pull a gun out on me. You know what I mean? Where he pulled me off to the side and he told me to get out the vehicle. All I did was get out the vehicle. As I got out, he started freaking out and pulled his gun out and put it in my face. So it's like, I totally understand that. To me, it's not a cop. It is a cop thing in the sense that I don't believe black, white, this and that. Nah, you give somebody power, authority, and you know they're in a situation where they shouldn't be in a situation where he shouldn't be wearing that badge.
I would have hit him with my
You know what I mean?
door too.
It's
man.
like straight up. I would have came out. I'm the type to get out to like be like, what the fuck is your problem? Like I would have got out crazy. Like, bro, I'm about to knock you out. Who are you? Oh, you're a cop. Okay, well, whoa. Why didn't you
not
identify
giving you
yourself?
this.
Right,
chicken,
right.
bro.
No
I'm mid-
lights, no siren.
Right, I'm in
just
mid-bite.
someone opening my door.
Like it was just crazy. I don't know.
The cop
Yeah,
is
you got
100% wrong.
you got anything you
I
want?
do, you know, and it's going to probably take away from this conversation that happened with this tragedy that happened in San Antonio, Texas. But we just recently spoke on a specific shirt being worn last week on last week's episode with Kanye West.
Okay.
Does this bring any relevance or any
Was he wearing a White Lives Matter shirt?
No.
Then it
This
don't.
kid
Then I
wearing
don't even
Kanye
know.
West clothing?
Come on, Buffalo.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm saying in this aspect,
what
What
aspect?
was the question?
bro, like the police don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Are you saying because the cop was wearing plain clothes? And he
No.
In all
I-
honesty,
I'm
we don't
saying
even know-
There was a victim who was senselessly fired upon by the police.
We don't even know.
What's
In
it-
all honesty, and
Was Kanye speaking relevance?
No, he's not.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So
Okay,
I don't
perfect.
even know why you even brought that up.
Because
that ain't got shit to do with this.
Hey, it was a
trying
crime.
to say, so-
and we're talking about certain senseless things, but I don't want something else to just go right over our head, and then now we have a whole left side of this talking about it's
Bro, you talking in
Yeah.
riddles. I don't
Maybe.
know what you talking about
Okay.
right
Well,
now.
okay, maybe you can
okay.
try.
I'm gonna just stop while
Well,
I'm
hold on,
ahead. then.
real quick.
Yeah,
So when it
you're
comes
right.
to what you're
I'ma stop.
saying-
You got that That's So Raven vision.
I don't know what you talking about. All I'll say is this: we don't even know if this is racially motivated.
Oh, of course.
This obviously is a lapse in training. This is a lapse in the fact that he's inept to even be in a position where he has a gun and a badge. So that's apparent just from the video. I do this, since we all had our take on it. I do got a question on this, and this is why it's relevant. And I think this situation is unique compared to most, because this is not a new thing. We've seen this. We've actually been getting desensitized to it as a society in regards to minorities getting shot at and killed by police officers and people not, taking their proper accountability for these things happening, right? This situation is a little different. So the police department, the precinct in San Antonio, they did what we want. They fired him. He's facing charges for aggravated assault, using a deadly
I
weapon.
think I know what you're gonna say.
So this is the question I have. There's some relevant points and very interesting facts about this situation. This was a rookie cop.
7 months in.
So my question is this: if this was a vet, would he have been fired and charged? Let's just change the scenario. This
see
is
what
a,
you're saying.
This is
I
a
see
10.
what you're saying.
This is a 5-year vet, a 10-year vet.
I heard the cops aren't even backing him, and he may not even get qualified immunity.
They're not backing him because he's only been in the freaking force for 7 months, right? Not even past probation.
Maybe he's not
as
part
Ricky
of, like you
said.
said, maybe he's not part of the union.
If
you know
he
what I mean?
was,
Or-
if
That's
they-
my
if
point,
they
and
were-
that's where I'm going with this.
if
not
they
protected.
were a vet, I'm pretty sure they would be able to either retire or get hired at a different.
But that's my
before
that's my
charges get
question though. That's my question. If this is a veteran, is he getting charged? And is he first of all, is he fired? And is he getting charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
There's been other police officers that have been charged with.
There's been worse situations.
There's been other
But a
situations.
lot of those have
even with vets.
resulted in death though.
No,
he hasn't. It hasn't passed yet. So what? Or hopefully not.
it doesn't. Correct.
Hopefully not. But the reason why I say that is because, and this is something in my field of work, just dealing with as far as unions, and when it comes down with the police unions, they have an obligation to protect the employees. I don't know what the probational period is for cops in San Antonio, Texas. And if this is anything else, a lot of jobs, a lot of employers in any job, any profession has some type of probational period where if you're protected under a collective bargaining agreement, there's usually a time frame. And in some cases there's not, but that just depends on the profession. But in a lot of cases there are. Like a place where I work, my day job is 30 days. So once you hit that 30 days, then you are protected under that CBA. With them, I don't know. Does he have to hit a year
Right.
for him to be protected under the police union? Because if that's the case, then that makes it a whole lot easier to fire him, and a whole lot. I guess you would say no one's really crying over spilled milk. They're like, okay, bro, you was in your probation, you got to go.
Right.
You fucked up big time. This is on the national stage. This is getting national attention. You got to go. Not only is you fired, but we also gonna press charges on you because this is a bad look on the precinct. But I'm telling you right now, if you look at a lot of these situations when it deals with officers, whether they actually kill someone or they injure somebody, their tenure matters, because what'll happen is based on your tenure is how hard that union or
Will fight
that
for you.
association will fight for you to protect your
Right.
job. So that I think that does play a part in this. I don't think no one's really talking about.
I'll say this to that because I believe that they'll still issue the same consequence regardless if they're a vet or not. I feel like that process would be prolonged with a vet.
So you're saying he would have went on paid leave?
He would have went on a paid leave. He would have been able to draw out, get things ready. You know what I mean? Like, take care of his time, put things in order before they fired him. Opposed to this, it's easy to be like, man, he's just a rookie. He's fired right out the gate. We're not going to put you on an administrative leave. We're not going to suspend you for a week and then fire you when you get back. No, right out the gate, you didn't pass probation. You got to go.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like you are right in that aspect. But at the same time, a vet would probably just get a little bit more time to digest what's happening before they actually get the axe.
But you say that, but there's been a lot more egregious acts that a veteran cop has done,
Very
and they
true.
not only kept their job, they were
That's why he's wondering.
exemplified from
Right.
or absolved of any responsibility at all.
Very true.
I appreciate y'all saying that because, like, if we don't talk about it, it's just gonna get swept under the rug, like you said. Because Elijah McClain, the paramedics, police officers, I don't think they've ever been charged. Breonna Taylor, they released the boyfriend because he shot back at the police for the wrong raid, but those officers never been charged. Like, luckily enough, now that everyone's seeing it, now that we're being more communicative about it, like, they're not going to let this officer get
True,
away from
and-
it.
and
It doesn't
now-
matter about Rookie or not.
Soraya J, they just
what's
found
his
her
name,
killer.
Derek Chauvin, whatever his name is, for putting the knee in George Floyd's back.
George Floyd,
they
yeah.
got that motherfucker because
But
we are all on it.
I think that's also the thing, though. And when you said it
They're not
earlier,
letting it slide no
it's
more.
about the video. That video of putting the knee and sitting and having that officer's majority of his weight on George Floyd's body on the ground. The video that shows what's happening, his body cam is clear as day. Like, dude, you didn't identify yourself, say I'm a police officer. You literally said, freeze, and then start bucking. Like, dude couldn't even put his sandwich down.
Right.
And you started just unloading the clip. And I think that just shows, I think that video depicts just so much where the precinct themselves looked at it and probably was like, yeah, we ain't about to protect this. We just gonna let this one go,
Right.
because you fucked up big time, and you should be held accountable for whatever the law comes down on you with.
So when we talk about like this police brutality and things like, things that happen, we talk about all these names and stuff like that. And I think you were kind of trying to get into it when you were wondering, well, he's not black. You know what I mean? It was a Mexican dude, you know what I mean, that got shot, this and that. But I still relate this whole concept to, I call it butterflies and tarantulas. And the reason why I say it like that is because I'm sorry, us as black people, we do it too. I'm sorry, like if we were to see, you know how people say if you see black people walking on the street, you're gonna go on the other side, this, that, and the other.
Okay.
We do it too. I'm
Stigmas.
sorry, we just do because we are the tarantulas. You know what I mean? Because some tarantulas don't bite. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you got a butterfly and you got a tarantula. Which one you want to touch? It's like, you know what I mean? That's just how it is. And cops or no cops, I'm talking anybody under authority that has a badge, they're going to treat us a certain way, just like any person is going to treat you a certain way. You know what I mean? That's why I try to act a little nicer or try to, be more assertive when there's cops. Or if I'm with my white friends and we're somewhere and the police are there, they're like, oh, shoot, I wonder what's happening. How can I go help? And I'm wondering, like, damn, what alibi can I come up with? You know what I mean? It's like we have to come up with our lives. We have to run it different because I have so many people, even my girlfriend, I talked to her about this, where she's just like, I don't understand why it's like this. It's like, you're not in my skin. So you don't know what it feels like. You don't know the situations. I grew up in an all-white town. I used to think, why are black people using this as an excuse? Like, they wouldn't treat us any different. They're just
Don't
cops.
know then.
No, I didn't know until all of a sudden I started growing up and started getting blamed for things. I started getting frisked down. My white friends didn't. You know what I mean? So many things would happen in front of me where I'm like, no, there's no way there's no way it's because of my. It is because there's a stigmatism to black people. You know what I mean? We are, regardless if people want to say it or not, people already envision us as stronger, more aggressive. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
you want to take it back to slave days. You shouldn't have bred us. We wouldn't be so muscular and strong, and we wouldn't be dominating sports the way it is because y'all bred us. You shouldn't have did that. Maybe that's your karma. But we get stigmatized, criminally, by police officers, whether it's rap videos, whether it's whatever it is that's out there that shows that black people are in gangs or they're in this and they're in that. There's a stigmatism to us, to our culture.
It absolutely
you
is,
there.
and I've been in those situations. I don't know if I maybe talked about it on this show. Just in every day, just similar. Not even situations dealing with police. I remember it was just one day, man. I was at a beauty supply store, Sally's. One day I went in there, I bought something.
About a
And-
do-rag.
Hey, yo, shout out
Hey
Sally.
man, gotta keep these curls up. You know what I
Got a
mean?
do-rag, huh?
Nah, I ain't get no do rag, bro. You gotta get that
I
shit
miss
to keep these
do-rag rob
curls
days.
up.
I miss the do-rag rob
But
days.
hey man,
I
he
got
might,
two
he
at
might
the
come
house I
back.
use
He
in
might
a
come
minute,
back.
No.
But no, I was in there. I was getting some stuff, and the girl asked me. It was two girls. It was one was cashier, and another one was just kind of standing there. And they asked me. They said, "Would I want a bag?" And at first, I was like, "Nah, I don't need a bag," because I was actually going to go to Walmart right after I left. And I thought about it. I stopped. And I said, "You know what? Nah, give me a bag." And then she said, you changed your mind? I said, you know what? Yeah, because I said, I'm about to go into Walmart next, and I don't want them to think I stole this shit.
Right.
But that's what we have to think about
Right,
to
right.
avoid that situation. Because,
Right.
yeah, I should be able just to walk in there with the shit that I bought from
Right.
Sally's, another store, and walk out of there, whether I buy something in Walmart or not, or any store,
Right.
and not have to worry about nothing. But I'm trying to basically be proactive
Right.
so I don't have to deal with that. So y'all can see, hey, I
This
got
is
a Sally's
Sally's.
bag. I bought this from Sally's
Right.
Beauty Supply, not y'all. So I don't need to see shit. And that's unfortunate. But that's a reality that a lot of us have based on what you just talked about, which I think you gave an excellent analogy in regards to that. Because with
Right.
tarantulas, you have a compensity that you want to stomp on them.
'Cause
They're dangerous.
scary.
And with butterflies, it's not. And it's all about perception. It's all about what you perceive to be dangerous or not dangerous. Would you perceive to be safe,
Right,
or not too safe?
Not gonna
Like, and
lie.
I think that's a big. I think that's a underlying issue. But
I think all races do.
I think a
we
lot
do
of
it- we
people.
do it to the blacks.
I will say this, and a lot of people may not like this what I say, but this is true. And I'm gonna speak for us. I'm not gonna speak for any other race. I'm just gonna speak for us. We have a responsibility to have to change that stigma too. And I think there's a lot of aspects in this society that we are doing that's perpetuating that stigmatism from being prolonged and seen by people. Not saying it's an excuse, not saying it's a right to
Nah,
have
that
anything
was-
done
that
to
was-
anyone,
that was
but we
good.
do have a responsibility to set the tone for that. Now, there's only so much we can do. At the end of the
We'll
day,
stop the hand clapping. Stop that. Stop that, please.
I can't.
Wow.
We already
I
aggressive.
already
Stop.
did it twice on the show today.
only thing I do want to say, man, I'm glad. I hope the kid, the 17-year-old, I hope he's surviving. I hope he can make a full
That is
recovery.
facts.
He
Facts.
definitely did have to go
Get
there.
some
Regardless,
money.
and you know, there's a whole bunch of people that be chirping, say, "Oh, what did he do wrong? Why did he have to take off?" If you any of them type of people that think that he was deserving to get bucked at like that,
Candace
bro,
Owens.
you definitely, yeah, Candace Owens is definitely hollering
wrong.
that.
You're wrong.
Tucker Carlson definitely is on the side of that police officer.
Right.
So, you know, that's not a surprise. But that's just a sad situation. I hope he recovers.
I definitely hope he recovers too. On some positive side on the police enforcement, recently in the Natomas area of Sacramento, I heard that they were able to find a killer that killed a 19-year-old girl back in 2020. They were finally able to close that case on the killer who killed Soraya Jade. So, they got justice quite a few years later. They found him in Nevada. It was a crazy situation, crazy story. So, certain families
Was he running?
I don't know the whole scoop, but it was a young
didn't
girl
run far
who
enough.
was shot. Yeah, and they ran to Nevada, and they were finally
You said
able to-
2020?
Yeah, 2020.
Damn, it's 2 years.
Yeah, so they were able to find some justice and some peace, some answers to
2 years, that's a long time. But
It
one thing,
is.
I know we talked about it last week. I'm just going to say this because 2 years is a long time not to know what happened to your child.
right.
But I was just watching the other night, man. So, the Dahmer, Netflix series
Oh
came
my
out.
God.
So, but they also now on Netflix they have the actual tapes, the actual recordings of him. This is like the real. This is
Right,
not
right.
nothing fake. This is really him. And it was the first episode I watched. They were talking about it. His first victim, the first one that he killed, the first person he killed, it was 13 years. This man was missing that whole time. They didn't find out that Dahmer's the one who killed him until they found that he admitted it when he got caught at the apartment. So it was 13 years. 13 years, man. That family, think about it, your child, your kid, because that kid I think was about 19. He was about 18, 19 years old. And imagine you the parent of that child and not knowing what's going on. You have no remain, because you got to remember he cut up his body and put it all over the house. So there's no you can't bury this kid. There's nothing you have, and you don't know nothing. He literally just disappeared.
Right. Damn.
And then 13 years later, they say, yeah, we know who finally killed your son. This crazy dude named Dahmer that's been killing and eating people.
Right. God
That's
damn.
crazy.
That's some crazy stuff.
That's that. You know.
The crazy thing is
So
how
too-
they sold the story though, because like the cops was like, oh, they're ethnic, they're Filipino, they're black, it's whatever.
Yeah, that had
It
a
was-
lot
it
of
was
that had a
pretty
lot of
dark.
racial undertones in that too.
Yeah.
And I think it was a lot of racial undertones, and it was also a lot of so taboo with homosexuality at the time. I think a lot of people
Definitely
didn't
at
want
the
to.
time,
They
it
didn't
was
want to
not
put.
such-
They didn't want to get involved in it. They didn't know what it. What things were happening. So they they wanted to wash their hands and shit like that. But just on that fact that you brought up, because you know that's a good thing that they found that person.
Right.
But
I
I'm just
thought 2
saying, I
years.
thought 2 years is too long. But when
I
I
did,
found out
yeah.
about that last night, 13 years, I was like, God damn, could you
Yes.
imagine 13 years later?
And not even
Like, I don't
knowing.
even know if I want to know that. Like,
Right.
I would rather you just not have told me,
Yeah.
almost in a way. In a way. Like, I could have just went without knowing that information. I know they're going to get closure, but that's sad.
That's crazy, man. Well, let's go ahead and just start to wrap things in and wind things down. You know, obviously Sacramento, where we're from. Thank you, world, for paying attention and staying tuned. Once again, we do have some free shirts available for a few comments that are left in the chat here today. But I definitely want to get on a major movement that's been happening out here every year in Sacramento at Discovery Park. Aftershock. A lot of people went. Let me tell you, next year I'm charging to park in front of my whole block. My whole block be lit up, man. I can't have family park come over. Nothing. It just
Oh,
be crazy.
people's
He
park?
lives far.
Yeah.
He lives far
Yes,
from it.
I'm blocks away. But it's just in general, like, man, it'd be.
Damn,
it'd
so
be-
people was parking there and walking?
Yeah, walking or whatever because you can't even.
Well, I parked right next to the. I parked literally right next to it. It's $40 to park.
See, next year, man,
Yeah,
I'm setting it up,
$40,
man.
so-
How
But
many people was there, Tony?
Well, they said 145,000 people had gone there during the entire 4 days.
Oh, so the total.
It's a total.
What,
yeah.
what was
That's crazy.
Do they know the numbers in one day that was there?
I would say anywhere from 35 to 40,000. It's a lot.
Yeah, 'cause
So that's
what,
basically
four-
like a.
Yeah.
What's 4 days, 150,000? What is that? It's like damn near a little over 25 each day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because 150, so what's
Did you-
that, 30,
did you go-
35,000 a day?
Did you
That's-
go to
that's
all
pretty
four?
dope.
No, I only went to Thursday. I only
Oh,
had
you
enough-
went to one? Okay.
Right, I only had enough money for Thursday. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, I heard those tickets were expensive.
Yeah.
I thought you had to buy them in a pack of 4, like you had to go all 4 days
Some
or
of them you
something
can.
crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
some of them
okay.
you can buy them, but it's like, and here's the crazy part: the time you buy them is at the previous concert. So you buy them for next year there at the concert. That's when you get them at the cheapest.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you prepay for the
Yeah.
next time to go
You pay for
around.
the next time.
But did you know Slipknot and Papa Roach? And
That's the problem. You don't know who's gonna be. That's why it's like I don't like to do it. Then I'm like,
Hey,
oh, I don't
Tech
know.
Nine was there a few years ago, and that shit was lit. I'm a
Yeah,
huge
Tech Nine. I remember
fan.
that. Yeah,
Huge.
Tech
You
Nine
know
was
what's crazy? It's like I looked at that. That was actually a cool. I'm not the biggest rock fan, to be honest.
Your
with
boy
you.
Rob Zombie because
But
your
that's
name.
what. No, I know. That's the only one that I really like. That's on there.
There was a lot of names. I don't listen
But
to
I
rock,
looked at the
but-
list. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Even though I don't listen to that much music, I know who those bands are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I know who
Yeah.
they are, and I'm like, oh damn, that's a big ass lineup
Yeah.
they had.
Yeah.
So
Nice list, man. You got some good footage, man. Thank you for letting everybody else
How was
experience
security,
that. Yeah. Oh, yes. That's what I wanted to know
how was
about.
security, man? How you?
Terrible.
How
So-
was it? How was it from when you walked in? What was your perspective? How many guards could you take out yourself?
Was they getting
I
any
bet you could
smooth
fight all of
handshakes? People trying to hop over the fence?
Like,
Let
here's
me
here's
slide.
the crazy part, man. I literally, and I snuck in my flash. Like, I had a man. They didn't even check down there. You know what I mean? I gave a good excuse last time. I was like, I put him right in the front. You know, pack it up real nice and big. So when I was there,
This
and I went through
motherfucker.
I went through it. They were like this, and it was crazy because it was a girl, and she was like going, and she started going. And she's like, "Is there anything?" And I was like, "Oh, you know what it is? Come on, look at me. I'm black. What the fuck you mean? You know what it is?
right here.
What are you talking about?" And she's like, "What?" I was like, we just started laughing, and that was it. And I got through, but I really did have all the alcohol there. So, and then I snuck in 2 flasks, which is why it was very hard for me to
This
get home
nigga
after.
Tony said, I'm a porn star. You ain't seen me? Check out my OnlyFans.
You already know what it is.
So it was cool. I mean, I'd have to say security was the time I noticed security was the security that was on the front stage. So what they would do is, so behind them is VIP. You can actually walk in that area and see the bands up front, which is why you kind of want to get VIP when you go. But it was cool because security was just lined up. But they were just super aggressive, man. Like there'd be people like, as soon as they would start to crowd surf, they would just all point at the same time and get that person out. You know what I mean? Like, even if the person still came back down, like, nope, you went up there, you got to get out. That was
They were
crazy.
kicking them
They were
out?
kicking them out, yeah. If you even attempted to crowd surf. So that was crazy. I was like, God damn, when I saw
And
that.
so for people who aren't familiar with that term, what does that mean?
That means when you jump up and, like, you know, everybody just puts their hand on you. And if you was a chick, I think you just want to get felt up on.
Yeah, it's
you know,
pretty much
you know what I mean? Because everybody be grabbing your butt and you know, doing whatever they can to get up in there, and then they throw you off to the side. You know what I mean?
If you do crowd surfing, you're getting your nuts grabbed. For no
Yeah,
reason.
you're getting something grabbed. So it's just like, I don't know. I see it too. I'm like, the fuck? But then
Yeah.
they throw them off, and then
I don't think I'm gonna crowd surf, y'all.
yeah.
I
And
don't
then
like
they-
surfing at all. I don't think I'm gonna do that either.
Right,
rather my cheeks be protected.
Right. But after they do that, you end up having to you have to run all the way. They got a gate that leads you all the way, and you can be on the very, very back. So I don't know why you would do that, because I think, you know, well, you can see where I was at. I was pretty close up front.
Okay.
So close, I ended up getting in a fight.
You
God
always
damn
in
it,
a fucking
bro.
fight.
And it's always with,
You banned from Aftershock now, ain't
It's
you?
always the same
No,
person.
no.
Mr. Man.
Mr.
You
Man
can't call
is
Dan for
always
this
the
one.
same person.
I was
can't
next
call-
to these. I was next to this dude and his son, and you know, I was like, "Hey, what's up, your son? How old is he? He's like 10 years old." I was like, "That's what's up." I gave him a high five. Everything was cool. I was like, "Bro, like, hey, you want me to put him? Oh no, that's weird if I put him on my shoulder, right? Okay." He's like, "Yo, I got him. Okay, cool." So then we were cool. Everything was cool and tight. Big old group of girls right in front and everything. So we're just going out. Duality came on. I was going crazy. I just remember putting my hand up, just like going like that, looking for a mosh pit. Because I was like, I'm gonna find a mosh pit soon. 'Cause I love getting in that mosh pit. Because
Yeah, they're avoiding you.
no, the reason why I love the mosh pit is because
I don't like that shit. I'll swing on somebody.
fuck
Somebody
with
try
real.
to push me.
Push me
I
and
love a
shit,
good
man. They,
push.
they be pushing with violence,
Hell
nigga.
yeah.
Like, bitch, hold up, nigga. What the fuck? You pushed me a little too hard, motherfucker.
I might be in a mosh pit on Sunday.
Wow.
no, they hold on real quick. I'm just trying to. I don't know what's going on. Are we good? We
We
still
are.
live? Okay, we good. So what they did, I love the mosh pit because of the fact that I'm black at a fucking rock concert. Ain't no other black people. So when I get in there, these white people have a crazy look. Like we've been going in
Before you
circles.
get into your
'Cause they
story,
think you faking
what
it.
was the ratio? Black ratio.
I saw
look
no
like?
black. I saw no black people.
You was the only one?
I didn't see it. No, it's usually like about 2 or 3, but I didn't see any other ones there. They might have been back in VIP, but
Could have
I-
been 2060.
yeah, and I just honestly, I didn't see no other black people, especially in the mosh pit. Ain't no black people. So when I be going in there, bro, like,
There's a reason.
You
like
in
they
the
be,
wrong mosh
we
pit.
start going in a circle, bro, and they all kind of go away from me, and they all get in a circle, and you can see it in their eyes, like, get that black, get him, fucking get
So
him. We
when
just
we-
start, we start just pushing.
When we were in the mosh pit, like it just formed in front of us, and I had my homegirls behind us, and they was like cramming behind me, and I'm just like sitting at the edge of the mosh pit, and like motherfucker run up to me, I'm like, all right, hell yeah,
Right.
and I just
It's-
keep pushing them, and I know some dude pushed me, and I was like, where that nigga goes?
I know. That's your natural reaction, bro. You can't just.
And then I
you
was
just.
in the mosh
It's just
pit,
like
looking for
you get like this. You just
Right.
just you just look at them like it's crazy. Like it's.
But if you're into the music, if you're into the feeling of why you love heavy metal and releasing that energy, you're releasing that energy in the mosh pit with
was
your
cool.
brothers. It's a
It was
brotherhood.
cool.
And so when someone falls, I grab them and pick them up. No, fucking go. And I throw them. And we just, somebody else falls. I go, no. And it's an energy that you have together, and you're all just fucking in there together. That's
I know. I
love
can
it.
see
It's a
that.
brotherhood.
They all flip their hair like fucking. You're dead, mom. Your dad, fucking dad is dead, man.
Dead, Mom.
Shout out to fucking Mike Epps.
I want my
That
skateboard out the shop.
classic ass bit. He said, "You're the problem. Dad's the fucking problem." Told you I want my fucking skateboard out the shop, bitch.
But these girls just started. Oh, so the story was the girls just like, I don't know what happened. The next thing I know is some white chick starts elbowing me as hard as she can, and she starts pushing me as hard as she can, and I'm not budging. I'm not moving. I'm like, do you see me now? Do you see? I am robust. I'm not moving. And so she's pushing, trying to hit. Then her friend sees that she's not able to push it, so she starts pushing and hitting me, and they both start punching me. Like, starts punching me in the chest. I'm like, are you serious? When is this over? And they're like, he's trying to get his son up there. I was like, I told him to get his son up there. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking? She's like, you won't let him get up. I was like, I'm not doing anything. What the fuck? And they start going crazy. And then the other 3 girls came behind. Now all 5 of them are trying to push me, and I'm not moving. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Are you serious right now? So then, like, you could tell everybody's kind of afraid. Like, everybody's like, oh. And then he takes his son. He's like, I'm just taking off. And he just left. And I was like, what the
Smart,
fuck?
man.
What
It's
was
like-
it? What was his son trying to do?
He was trying to put his son on his shoulders. But I wasn't stopping that. Like I was just rocking out. This girl just starts hitting me, and the other girl started hitting me. So I'm like, what is this about? It was confusing as shit to me.
You were 6 inches too tall at the wrong
So
part.
right, exactly. I think it's just the fact that they just I don't know what it was, but I wasn't about to move, and I wasn't about to be like, oh, sorry, like nah, what throw a punch, dude, whatever. And if I get all 6 or 8 of y'all ain't robust, but you're getting thrown. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
right. You was a cloudy forecast, Tony. That's why.
yeah,
Nah, this
hey,
nigga was
shit.
the mosh pit starter. Just started throwing bitches everywhere. Like,
Average height in the
mosh!
mosh pit's about
Yeah!
5'8".
Everybody start throwing everybody there, not knowing the whole fucking situation.
This nigga Tony,
boy.
bro.
Let's mosh up on out of here.
He throw a chick like Hulk through that couch in Endgame when
Oh,
Black Widow
yeah.
died.
No, yeah, I will. I'm sorry.
Clear across the leg.
Speaking of Hulk, did y'all see the finale of She-Hulk?
I haven't even.
Was that
watched
the
it.
finale? I'm still hoping for another episode because I know they had all that dramatic ending.
Only thing I know is
I
when
did.
I watched the first
I did.
episode and I seen that Daredevil's in one of them.
I don't want
Yeah,
to. I don't want
Daredevil
to
was
spoil
cool.
the ending, but I think they're gonna have a Hulk spinoff coming out soon.
I like the spinoff. They're really breaking that fourth wall. They're really playing on
that
it.
was the whole She-Hulk thing.
I get
was
it.
even in the
I
comic
get it.
books.
But I still do like it mainly because I'm a
You don't
huge
even know what the
event.
fourth wall is, nigga. Shut up.
I just told you about that shit last week. You breaking the fourth wall,
break the fourth
all
wall
up in
every
my
time. I'm a
background and
theater
shit.
major.
All up in the background, walking around with the camera. You was breaking the fourth wall. Now
It's
you're
not
here.
breaking the fourth wall.
Fourth wall broken. All right, simple as that, man. You guys got anything to say as we get out of here, Rob,
Yes, man.
Tony?
Nah, I'm good.
I'm afraid to ask you. No, I ain't even asking you, nigga. You still too new. Shut up. Don't say another goddamn word.
I'm not
Thank
used
you
to
guys
opening my
so
mouth
very
with
much for
something
tuning
loud.
in to another episode of About the Night, episode 43. You rocking with the crew today. Got my guy Rob, Tony, Winton, Stefan. Let's not forget about my guy War Ready Warren, man. Once again, our thoughts and
Thoughts with the
prayers are
family.
with you,
Thoughts and
man.
prayers, man.
You guys stay strong out there. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let's not forget about them free shirts. Don't forget to comment, man. Check us out.
Comment.